This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello and welcome back to another Realistic Sustainability Educational Short. This week, I want to talk about trees. I'm sure someone has called you a tree hugger if you're listening to this. I guess, in a sense, I am. I love trees. But I think the reason why I love trees is people forget about all the things they do. As an engineer, it would be very difficult, if not impossible, for me to do all the things a tree does in a product. If someone gave me that assignment, I don't necessarily believe that I could do it. While reading one of my favorite books, Cradle to Cradle, I heard this quote when talking about how people, or humans, use trees. And to use something as elegant as a tree? Imagine this design assignment. Design something that makes oxygen, sequesters carbon, fixes nitrogen, distills water, makes complex sugars and foods, changes colors with the seasons, and self-replicates. And then, why don't we knock it down and write on it? This points out how silly it is to take something so complex and so fantastic that has so many other uses, just to tear it down, smush it together, use it for furniture or paper. So, in this short, I really just want to tell you some of the things a tree does. And I'm not sure anybody knows what all of a tree does, but I do want to tell you at least what some of it is. For us, it helps fight climate change by absorbing CO2. It uses the carbon in the CO2 molecule to build itself. It becomes part of its structure while releasing that oxygen for us. So it also provides oxygen. We can split CO2 ourselves, but it takes a tremendous amount of energy, and we know where that energy comes from. So we create more of a problem in the process of solving the problem. The tree can do it with no effort. It's just naturally built that way. It cleans the air for us. It removes irritants. For those of us who live in towns or cities, adding more trees reduces your street temperatures by more than 10 degrees. It makes them comfortable to walk down, creates a breeze tunnel, allowing it to be very nice and very comfortable to go on your daily walks and enjoy the outdoors in the spring, summer, or if you're down south year-round. Trees, when planted in the right places, reduces energy. If you put them around your house in the right spots, the wind gets broke up. You use less air conditioning and less heat based on where you live and what you need at the time. Trees are natural insulators, and that's why if planted on your property, it's actually been found that mature trees will increase your property value by up to 15%. That 15% of your property, that value, is because you have mature trees on it. Trees also provide a home for wildlife. It's always been interesting, and that same individual who wrote that other book said he always found it funny that we would knock down trees and use them to make birdhouses because they already were, and they were more efficient and more effective. Another thing that I like in the city is when you have those trees to help it stay cool, it creates safety. People walking down those sidewalks, people on those bike routes, have a buffer between the motor vehicles and themselves. Trees create a natural, beautiful guardrail, keeping people safe, and when you feel safe, you use it more. Trees add nutrients to the ground. When they drop their leaves, we really should be leaving them there, or chopping them up smaller and smaller and smaller until we don't see them under the grass, because it creates an absolutely top-notch nutrient that helps balance the soil in your property. And it doesn't just do that. It prevents soil erosion. The tree's roots hold the dirt down so that you don't have to worry about it running away from wind or water erosion nearly as much as you would. Look up the Dust Bowl in the 1930s. They had to plant 220 million trees just so they could keep the soil where they needed it. It helps drain water. If you have a piece of property where water seems to be held there, it recharges the aquifers by giving water a route down through the roots to get past whatever is in the soil that stops that water from saturating down. Roots penetrate that, giving water an absolute way to travel down and filter down into those aquifers. They're part of the water cycle So any water that doesn't go that way, let's say the water it drinks, by transvaporation, allows it to join the water cycle, purifying it. Trees also reduce noise pollution. If you have trees in your city or your property, you can reduce noise pollution around you by 10 decibels, just by having these beautiful natural barriers. This is just a few things that trees do. Trees are beautiful. They are playgrounds for our children, habitats for our wildlife. They keep the air clean and keep this planet inhabitable for all of us. So, energy companies consider wood to be a renewable resource. Remember, we lose more wood faster than we can grow it. Between industries cutting it down for items, wildfires, tree disease, or some people just cutting them down for convenience. I don't like it there. We use well more trees than we can plant. So, plant a tree, save a tree, keep a tree. They're worth way more alive than dead. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this week, and I will see you next week.
If you have the desire to be sustainable but are unsure of what can go in the recycling bin, or you're constantly forgetting the reusable grocery bags, check out Starting Sustainability, the podcast. Don't be frustrated or confused anymore. Starting Sustainability was created to help those beginning their sustainable journey. Each week, we give ideas on simple concepts you can easily incorporate into your current lifestyle. We also share stories of what works and what doesn't, so you don't have to waste your time and money. Check out Starting Sustainability, available everywhere you listen to podcasts.